All right, we're back here, Mandalay Straight Shot Talk.
Yo.
I got Coyote Chris with me, and I got Aziko from North Korea.
And you're going to say yo.
Yo. Yeah. You know, today we want to talk about the great late Eddy Van Halan.
The legend he was.
Van Halen.
The legend.
The immortal.
Immortal Eddie.
He started.
I grew up in the 80s, so I'm very familiar.
Uh-huh.
Teach us.
Oh, well, it's not teach, it's just, you know what's great he'll be remembered for is he changed the way people played guitar world over.
Yeah.
The finger tapping.
Tabletry.
Well, finger tapping was being done before he did it, but not like the way he did it.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? They did like this, some generic finger tapping back in the day.
He was gifted.
He took it over the top. He took the whole finger
machine.
tapping over the top.
Eddy Van Halan.
And changed the way people play their guitars.
Yeah, and read music.
He'll be remembered for that.
Started a band.
Tabs.
And after that.
Oh, back to what you were
Rest of
saying,
his
Coyote, was tabletry.
Yeah. That tapping stuff,
Tabletry
right?
had to be made because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
couldn't write music to Eddy Van Halen's playing. They had no idea what the hell he was doing.
Sheet music, right?
No sheet music.
Wow. And he could read sheet music.
So no,
He couldn't read
absolutely
it.
not.
Wow.
He. So, anyways, that's where
Probably had
tabletry
an
was
idea.
developed to trying to figure out what Eddie was playing.
Who knows? But yeah.
When I was growing up, I learned a lot of sheet music. Never learned tabs, though, because I wasn't a guitar player. But
Yeah,
I
me
can
either.
imagine how hard that'd be for sheet music to record what Van Halen's trying to put down. That'd be hard.
Yeah.
It's impossible. They said
That'd be impossible.
that's why they had
Listen to
to
Eruption
invent
and,
tabletry, bro.
break the notes.
So he's going to be, that's something for a guy. He was an immigrant. His family.
His brother, right?
He was born. No, they all were. His mom was Indonesian. His dad was Italian, I think.
Yeah.
He was a pianist and musician, and they moved to Amsterdam,
Okay.
and they were born there. Eddie and his brother Alex were born in Amsterdam. I don't know how long they lived there, but when they arrived in the States, they couldn't speak English.
Well,
Okay, so they had to learn English.
immigrants.
Back to music,
Jeez.
reading music. Okay, Eddie used to be a piano player, and he got into piano classes and even into competitions. And he played these long, classic pieces of piano.
Just like
And the teacher
you.
is thinking he's reading all these notes. You had to be able to read music to be in the program to begin with, right?
Uh-huh.
He wasn't reading any notes. He was remembering everything he did on
By memory.
But he put the notes in front of him.
As if he was reading it.
Yeah. And then and finally, after several years, he won the thing like 5 times, I think. His teacher noticed and said, "Eddie, you never look at the notes. How are you playing all this stuff, not looking at the notes?"
The whole time he never found out that he was just playing by ear.
and then no, playing by memory.
By memory.
And then he said, "Yeah, sorry, I don't read notes, man."
So he just kind of grew up knowing what music was. His father was a musician. Now, was his mother? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
you don't say much about his mom, but
Backstory. I have to dig that up.
he originally was playing
Figure that
drums, and then that all got twisted around, as you know, would be kids. You know, Alex
Yeah.
ripped off his drum set, and Eddie was left with the guitar.
Oh, boy. I know how that feels.
That's crazy. And little did they know they would create an awesome band called
Yeah.
Van Halen.
Yeah.
You know,
Van Halen.
the interesting thing,
No. Didn't
You know, once
Also-
I had a guitar ripped off of me, so that didn't feel so good. Brand new guitar, Yamaha.
Oh man,
A
that's
lot
I
of
remember
another
the-
interesting thing about Eddie Van Halen was he didn't listen to a lot of other music.
Uh-huh.
He didn't want to be influenced by what was going on
Wow.
out there.
He wanted to
That's
just make
actually a good
something
idea,
new
I think.
out there.
He was in his
Yeah.
5150 studio in L.A.
What does that stand for?
That was his address.
Oh,
5150 something street. I forget what it is. But anyways, he was untainted by the world's music. But
Yeah.
anyways, today we just want to give a shout
Yeah,
out to
man.
Eddie Van
Eddie.
Halen's
He's a good guy.
family and
Yep. His
wish
legend
and
will
just
live on.
give our
yes.
condolences.
Our wishes to the family.
World of rock
His
and
death
roll.
was felt
Yes.
by many people,
Yeah.
especially people from the 80s like myself, and who were influenced by his guitar playing. And
The Wolfgang, all that.
Oh, yeah, his saga lives on.
Yeah.
Seemed a bit sudden, don't you think?
He had that Frankenstein. What was it
Well,
called? The
he was six-
Frankenstein?
he was 65.
He invented his own
65.
guitar.
Had bad lungs.
That's some-
or throat or whatever.
Throat cancer.
Yeah.
Throat
throat.
cancer, man.
And then that spread through his body.
Oh boy.
He
Yeah.
says that it came from
The picks.
pick.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I used to play with, I know
But,
what picks he's talking. There were grass picks.
Glass.
Those things leaked something out of them, man. I
Man.
had a few of them, man. My fingers turned green. I got rid of
Oh,
those
that
damn
can't be
things.
healthy.
So if your fingers are turning green, his tongue was turning pretty green.
Yeah.
All kinds
He
of-
went down to Mexico and got the tongue cancer cut out of him.
What, he play with his mouth, like with the?
But then when he did
solos?
the
With his-
tapping, he
Yeah.
put the pick in his
Oh
mouth.
yeah, I
man.
see. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I seen. Yeah,
I mean,
the guitarist
he would have
players.
had to have tasted it and been like, "Oh, man, this does gross," but then he likes it or something. I
When
don't
you're
know.
stoned and having fun,
Yeah,
nobody gives a shit,
When he was younger and all that, he probably
Until
was
later on,
partying a lot with his.
But
Friends,
Eddie
his
lived
band.
till
Yeah, man.
65 under those conditions,
65.
in and out of that. His cancer went it went into remission and came back. But
Yeah.
well, anyways, we're thankful for
Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van
Yeah.
Halen and
His
his
rock and roll
saga, and like
influence.
you said, his Wolfgang series guitars.
Yeah, man.
And
And his 5150 amps and
Yeah.
guitar. Oh, those amps
Great
are sweet. I'd
inventions.
like to get one of them babies.
Yeah.
yeah, man, he left behind some diehard fans too.
Oh, hell
and,
no.
and,
yeah.
and some
Prime
new
example,
people rose up and they made their own music. People like Chit San Moon, who's from Burma. He plays
Oh, yeah.
like Van
Just-
Halen, maybe even faster than Van Halen. And man, where do you think he was getting all this talent, this music
Yeah,
from?
not in the jungles of Burma. On YouTube.
He was definitely listening to some Van
Influence
Halen.
behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look him up on YouTube. Chit San Moon. I think it's spelled ChitSanMaung.
Yeah.
Chit San Moon.
Man. The guitar, the rock and roll, whole universe. It's something else.
Yeah,
you know,
he
the
was
music
real
genres and all.
inventory. He was an inventor.
Yeah,
Yes.
He
was
had an inventive
a
mind.
songwriter also, right?
Yeah, songwriter, but he was inventive in
Yeah,
crafting
very
his
inventive
tone.
mind.
His tone is signet. When you hear
Very.
a guitar, someone playing with the same stuff that Eddie played, that's Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That sounds
natural
familiar.
Van Halen.
but
Especially if you've heard Eddie Van Halen.
What about-
it was signet of him.
What about his band? What do you think about the singer, the drummer?
Johnny?
Well, in the beginning, it
Roth.
was David Lee Roth
David.
and Michael Anthony and Alex's brother and himself.
Those guys were all rocking with him.
And those were, those beginning years were sweet, man. They wrote some great songs,
Oh,
did
yeah.
cover songs, and I think that Dave
David Lee Roth?
Dave
or-
became a little bit egotistic, like
Okay.
a lot. He liked to shine as the star.
If you've seen the music videos, I think you know
But
what
in
we
saying
mean.
that, Dave really made Van Halen stick out when they first.
With his
I mean,
theatrics.
and it was Eddie's great playing, but it
Yeah.
was Dave's theatrical stuff that people loved in their live shows.
Yeah, man, he was an acrobat, right?
Yeah. But I think he got a little over the top with it, and that was their demise.
His ego.
And then they
got a
went
bit
from him to Sammy Hagar, who is
Sammy.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
I love Sammy
Yeah,
Hagar.
I ain't got no problem with Sammy Hagar.
You know,
That
he,
kinda-
interesting enough, Sammy Hagar, he came out of that making more money than all of them. He's
Who knew?
He's worth like 100,
Oh, yeah.
140 million.
Sammy Hagar band.
Where Eddie's worth 100,
Man.
and the rest of them are, worth less, but 40, 50 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy 140. He's a nice guy. His
Does-
family's put together well. He's got beautiful kids and wife, and they all travel together and do his shows wherever they might do the show. But
Does he play for Chickenfoot? Is that his
no,
band now? Or
he
no? Or
did
that's
some of
someone
that.
else?
Now it's just him and Michael Anthony doing some
Okay.
gigs around in Los Angeles. But
55.
Solo.
55.
that's what they
cool.
do, man.
Yeah, man.
They're 80 rockers, man.
They know.
Anyways,
They know how to roll.
that's the program for
Rock and
today. Thank you guys
Yeah, thanks for
coming
tuning
in.
in. Yeah.
God bless Eddie Van Halen.
Stay blessed.